What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more Entitled Parents stories for you. My headphones affect the education of Karen's poor baby. So let's start off with some background. All of this happened about a year ago at a cleaning job I had to pay my way through university. I was registered with a cleaning agency who would send me to various different places to clean, one of which was a very expensive and pretentious private school for kids under 11. Seriously, this place was like Hogwarts, and I went there about once a fortnight. Dying game, by the way. Also relevant is that I have autism, which means I often struggle with loud and high-pitched noises, which made working in a school full of screaming kids quite hard. I worked out a deal with my boss at the school, whereby when the kids were out in the playground being super loud, I would clean places that were off limits to them and wear headphones. When they went into lessons and were quiet, I would do the public spaces, and this all worked out fine. Anyway, on to the story. So it's the morning and all the kids are arriving at school, loud as heck, so I start my day cleaning the teacher's break room. I'm wearing my headphones, I'm jamming out, all is well. Then an entitled mother bursts through the door, clearly having just dropped off her precious angel. I take out my headphones to see what she wants. Oh, I must have the wrong room. I wanted to use the bathroom. No worries, the bathroom is the next door on the right. Were you wearing headphones? Yeah. That is completely unacceptable. I pay over 10 grand a year for the staff at my baby's school to be wearing headphones at work? Well, what an awful example to be setting to children that you can listen to music in the workplace. The teachers take my baby's phone away at the start of the day and you can just wander around with yours? In all fairness, Mom, the children aren't allowed in this room, and when I'm in spaces where they are allowed, I don't have my phone or headphones on me. You're being totally unprofessional. It's an attitude like that which means that you're a cleaner and my child will achieve real success in his life. I'm actually doing this job to pay for my degree. If that were true, you'd be smart enough to know you don't talk back to the people that pay your wages. Your boss will be hearing about this. She storms out, and about 10 minutes later, she comes back with my boss. I'm feeling stressed out and on the verge of tears. Another side effect of my autism is that confrontation, conflict, being yelled at stresses me out beyond belief. I'm seriously relieved to see my boss, and I can't wait to see the look on EM's face when my boss tells her that my wearing headphones is okay. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. See? Completely unprofessional. I'm very sorry, Mrs. EM. This is unacceptable. OP, will you please apologize and remove your headphones? But I've been working here for months and I've always worn headphones. You told me it was okay. It is not okay, and we cannot accept you working in the school if you do not comply with our codes of conduct. But you said... Honestly, Mrs. EM, I did not and would not condone such a thing. I was about to start crying because I felt so trashy about the whole situation. Then I thought, frick this. I hate this job. I hate being talked down to by snooty parents, teachers, and kids alike, and my boss lying about me to appease this entitled mother is the final straw. Well, are you going to apologize? No, find someone else to deal with your obnoxious staff and entitled brats. I laid down all my stuff and walked out and never went back in. My boss at the cleaning agency refused to send the school any more cleaners since they had blatantly lied after telling the agency it was fine for autistic staff to wear headphones. They also insisted I got paid for a full day's work, which the school did. It was very satisfying walking out of that job. I wouldn't wish working as any kind of manual labor staff in a private school on anyone. I think that's pretty poor of your boss to suck up to that entitled parent like that, but well done for showing you who's the real boss and walking out. Entitled mum leaves her kid 6 train carriages away while she tries to steal our seats. So myself and my girlfriend were coming back from Paris after my brother's wedding. We took the Eurostar both ways, but on the way there we went standard class. My girlfriend and I were paying for the return and thought that we'd go for it by upgrading to standard premier, which was slightly more expensive than normal standard, but we don't go to Paris very often. There was a third option, business premier, but we're not made of money. The main differences between standard and standard premier are that with standard it's pretty cramped, and with standard premier you get extra legroom, and with regular standard you have to go and buy food on board, but with standard premier you get food and drinks at your seat. The different options are divided into different carriages. Standard is carriages 1 to 5, Premier 7 to 12, and 14 to 18 also standard. So my girlfriend and I get to the train. Our seats are in a carriage towards the middle, and we're in one of the rows nearest the door. We get settled into our seats, ready to leave, when EM approaches us. All paraphrasing. EM seemed nice at first, but it didn't last. Excuse me? Yes? I'm terribly sorry to ask you this. I hope you don't mind. Yes? My daughter and I are traveling and we got put a bit far back. She has a bad leg, we need to be a bit closer to the doors and we can't be getting up to get food and drink. Oh, poor her, I broke my leg a couple years back and that was awful. I had to have crutches and everything. How old is she? She's 8, she's really in a bad way, but she's such a trooper. It would just be so much easier if we were a bit further forward. Where are you sat? Just a little further back. She gestures vaguely behind us, and I get suspicious at this point. Yeah, but where specifically? What carriage number? I think it was 3? Now, we were in coach 10. This is a significant distance. Additionally, coach 3 is standard seating only. Isn't 3 standard class? Well, yes, but my daughter needs these seats. My girlfriend then catches on to EM's plan. Look, we're not unsympathetic, but we sort of paid extra for these seats. Also, where is your kid? I'm going back for her once I've sorted the seats, so can I tell her it's sorted? We've not agreed to anything. Isn't coach 3 closer to the front than 10? If it's about proximity, wouldn't you be better off in coach 2? No, she needs the legroom too, and she can't keep getting up to help. You look like you can afford it. Not really, we're only splashing out this once as it was my brother's wedding. The EM huffs. Look, are you gonna give me the seats or not? I love how this started off as them needing to be closer to the front, but it turns out they're actually moving backwards for more legroom. What the heck? My girlfriend, in this oversweet voice she does that usually indicates she's on her last nerve with someone, it sounds like you're actually further up than we are. If legroom is an issue, then I'm sure we can speak to someone. I'm pretty sure your coach has priority boarding. I'll help you find someone, sort something out. It's really no trouble. My girlfriend gets up and leads EM back to her coach, with EM grumbling the whole time. She comes back about 5 minutes later and tells me that the daughter, who was not at all entitled, is also totally fine and in no way has a bad leg. Apparently, the daughter straight up ran up to EM and my girlfriend when they came in the carriage. And my girlfriend said that the kid was way too young to be left on her own and they were actually pretty close to the front of the train. But nothing else happened after that. No stopping, calling police, assault of any kind. EM just went back to her seat. But my girlfriend and I thought we saw her walk through the carriage before ours a little while later and speak to someone in there, so maybe she was trying again with someone else. Well, that would not surprise me one bit. Imagine lying about your own kid just because you want a little bit more legroom on a train and you can't be bothered to pay that extra fee. That is just so entitled. Moving on to our final story. Entitled Mum Wants My Mail That I Stole From Myself. Yep, you read the title correctly. I stole my own mail. This whole situation was almost entirely due to my own idiocy, but I thought it was pretty funny. So, in my infinite wisdom, I accidentally sent my Amazon packages to my old apartment a few streets up. I didn't realize this until I checked the order, saw it said delivered to the old address. So with that realization shocking me out of my nap, I grab a backpack, skateboard, and haul ass up there. And thankfully, all 3 boxes were still there. Fully realizing that it looks like I'm stealing packages and mentally preparing my script for how I'm a genius with a J, I set back off to my current residence. But unfortunately, it wouldn't be an easy mission. After getting a street or so down, I hear someone yell, "Hey you, stop!" I stop, seeing as I was the only one on the streets. I turn around and see an entitled mum dragging her child behind her. She basically storms up to me with the wrath of God in her eyes. "What's up?" "I saw you steal those packages. Either return them or I'm calling the police." "Oh no, these are mine. I'm just an absolute idiot and accidentally sent them to my old place instead of my current address." I show her the name on the package and pop my school ID out of my phone case. Okay, at this point I think the entitled mum has actually done the right thing, but let's see how this story progresses. I guess that at this time the kid registered the Amazon boxes and to him probably made the connection that Amazon equals presents, while his mum tried to understand how I could have made the mistake during ordering. The kid asked, "Well, what's in the boxes?" Now, I'm not good with little kids. I don't hate them, I just don't know how to relate with them. "Oh, some lights, pillows, batteries, and a Lego." "Cool, what type? I love Legos." "I think it's a Star Wars one, I can't really remember." Our lovely EM popped back in at this point. "Well, if you can't remember, then obviously it isn't yours. Give it to me so I can bring it back, or just give it to my son." I gave her a look of, "You serious?" Once again, I mistakenly sent my packages to my old residence. These are still mine, names on them, my IDs, whole 9 yards. It's a Lego, you're too old for that stuff anyways. I'm gonna call the police if you don't, and say that I saw you stealing packages off a porch. Go for it, I have nowhere to be. So I sat down and watched her dial the police, going on about how she stopped some hooligan from stealing other people's packages with a smug look on her face, thinking she's a mastermind. The police station is only 5 streets down from where we were, so it didn't take long for an officer to pull up. He came up to us and asked if she was the one who made the call. Yes, officer, that thug, pointing to me, stole those packages off of my doorstep and refuses to give them back. Wait, so now she's accusing OP of stealing them off her doorstep, right? The police officer then turns to me. Is this true? Yes and no. I proceed to explain to him how my genius knows no bounds and how I sent my stuff to the wrong place. Show him the names on the packages, my driver's license, school ID, open water driver card, and my debit card just for good measure to prove it was, in fact, my stuff. Alright, well, fair enough, just be more attentive in the future. He turns to the EM. Sorry mom, those are his packages. He just made a mistake on the delivery address. I give her a little wave and hop back on my skateboard. If she said anything else, I couldn't hear it, but at least I got a funny story out of it. Alright, so this story started off okay, but when she said that you were too old for Lego, give them to my son, that's when things went downhill. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching to the end, it is much appreciated. If you want more Entitled Parents, click on the screen right now for my top 10 Entitled Parents videos of all time. Other than that, I will see you all tomorrow with some more Reddit stories.